Taoiseach, you've described Ireland as the best little country to do business in at every opportunity you get. And it seems Forbes magazine agrees with you. However, I think the question needs to be raised, is Ireland a good little country for the average person trying to earn a living? One of the reasons given for moving Ireland to the top of the Forbes list for pro-business countries is that wages have been driven down by 11% since 2008 in Ireland. Employers have used the economic crash and mass unemployment to attack wages and conditions. I want to refer you to the industrial dispute involving 2,300 workers at the retail giant Marks and Spencer's, who were out on strike last Saturday en masse. This is a typical example of what's happening. The unions were called in this September by the management to hear the company's proposed cost-saving measures, and these included a reduction in Sunday and public holiday premium pay, the elimination of contracted Christmas bonuses, and a reduction in the number of section managers. The company assured the unions that these were the only items on the agenda, and then a bombshell came in. Despite this assurance, within weeks the company unilaterally announced the closure of the company's defined pensions benefit on the 31st of October, and I'd like Deputy Stad to listen to this because it should be of interest to him in relation to workers' rights. This affects 900 long-term staff in the shop. The scheme is performing and has a 17 million surplus. What we have here is a blatant use of the economic crisis to change long-standing conditions and pay for workers. And these measures, including winding up a pension scheme, means a cut of 20 to 25% in pay and benefits for these workers. As with the ESB workers, who I want to congratulate on taking a stand and winning their right to defend their defined pension benefit, workers at Marks and Spencer deserve full support in resisting these attacks. Does the Taoiseach accept that making Ireland the best little country for business makes Ireland a difficult place for working people to defend their pay, defend their conditions and defend their pension rights?
Thank you. Taoiseach.
No, I don't actually. The position is that we're in a very much more competitive situation than we were in the past. The economic crash and the catastrophe that befell us following the bubble in the property market and the conduct of the banks has left many pension funds in deficit. I'm very happy that the Labour Relations Commission were able to come to an agreement between management and the group of unions in respect of ESB workers that there will not be an electricity strike starting next Monday. This would have been catastrophic for business and for reputation and for ordinary people all over the country. And I'm glad that the recommendations of the LRC have been accepted by both sides. I regret the fact that the workers in Marks and Spencer's felt it necessary to have a strike on a busy weekend approaching Christmas. Clearly there's an issue here that needs to be resolved as one of many pension funds that are now in deficit. Deputy Collins is aware that the bill is actually going through the House at the moment, will be finalised and put through before Christmas and will be law before the end of the year. This will have an impact in part on some of these pension funds. But I do agree that given the circumstances that many pension funds and therefore workers now find themselves in, we need to have a reflection and a debate on this in the new year. Because there are differences between those who are just after commencing work, those who have moved through with firms and organisations and pension funds, and those who have recently retired. There are different sectors with very disparate effects following the difficulties that so many pension funds face. When one bill is going through, there is the opportunity for all of these issues to attempt to be resolved using the state machinery, which has been well tried and tested, and which, in the case of ESB management and unions, the Labour Relations Commission was able to be resolved quite quickly in the interest of everybody in the country.
Deputy Collins.
Taoiseach, the reality is the crisis has been used internationally and in this country by companies to drive down wages and conditions and pension rights. That is the reality that people are facing every day of the week in this country. This company, Marks and Spencer's, have said that they have problems. They will not show those problems in Ireland. this country hasn't brought in the legislation to ensure and make companies obligatory to show their profits and turnover in this country alone. They show their international profits. So therefore, it's very hard for unions to actually negotiate and get the companies to prove what their actual costs are. These workers are going to lose 20 to 25 to 30% of their wages in relation to this dispute with Marks and Spencers. These are workers who are committed to mortgages, who are committed to loans, who are committed to the future of their children, and have made plans on the basis of what their wages are now. And this company, on the 31st of October, was able to unilaterally wind down their defined pension scheme. Do you stand over that, Taoiseach? Do you accept that a company can do that to workers in this country? Or are you going to stand with those workers and say you have the right to strike, you have the right to defend your pay and conditions and pensions? And the workers are going to be out this Thursday again and Friday week, and I'd appeal to everybody in this country not to pass those picket lines if those doors are open to defend these workers.